If your Google business profile was suspended, Google probably didn't tell you why, and that's not an accident. Suspensions aren't random, they follow patterns, and once you understand those patterns, you can figure out exactly what triggered yours. Google evaluates trust signals across every business profile, and when signals start conflicting across your profile, your website, your documents, your account history, the system flags it and suspends it. Most suspensions fall into one of 10 recurring patterns. Most businesses don't know which pattern triggered their suspension, but Google does, and they won't tell you. Okay, so now we will see 10 recurring patterns that trigger Google Business Profile suspensions, and we will see the 6 most common ones and understand how they work. The first category is about how your business presents itself across every platform. Okay, there is the name violation pattern. Google requires your GBP name to match your real-world business identity exactly, with the legal name, the signage, the website, and nothing added. Okay, if we take a quick example, a locksmith registers as a Metro Lock on their business license, but lists on Google as a Metro Lock 24/7 emergency locksmith Dallas. The extra keywords with the city name are a direct violation, and this kind of profile can run for a few months and then get suspended without even any warning from Google. Then there is the document mismatch pattern. Every document submitted during an appeal must show the exact same name and address as the GBP. No exceptions. A business owner registered under John Martinez submits his registration certificate, but the GBP lists the business as Martinez Electrical Services, and is the same person, the same business, but the name on the paper is different, and Google sees a mismatch, and it's a denial. There is also another pattern, that is the NAP inconsistency. Your name, address, phone must be identical across every platform. Your GBP, your website footer, your contact pages, Yelp, Yellow Pages, every directory, and a business moves office, they update their GBP and their website, but forget about the 40 directories that pulled their old data years ago. Google cross-references all of them, and 3 different versions of the same business are found, and it's a trust signal failure. Let's move on to the second category of suspension patterns, and it's about the location, where your business actually operates and how that's declared. Google requires a real, staffed, accessible physical location for any business showing a public address. Virtual offices fail this. A business rents a prestigious downtown address, but there is no dedicated office, no signage, no staff. It's a mailbox. It gets suspended. Co-working spaces are a gray area, eligible only if the business has a dedicated lockable office with permanent signage visible to visitors, and a hot desk is not enough. Service area businesses mismatch is also a very common pattern. Plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians go to customers. Customers don't come to them. And Google's rule is, if you're a service area business, your address must be hidden. You define a service radius instead. The most common mistake: a plumber sets up their GBP with their home address visible, lists as a storefront, and describes serving the entire metro area. There are 3 violations in one setup. The business is legitimate, but it is suspended anyway. The third category in the top 6 is behavioral. Google monitors profile edits. When major changes happen in a short window, name, address, phone, category, all updated within the same week, the system interprets this as instability or potential account takeover. Let's imagine that a business rebrands with a new name, a new address, new category, new phone. Everything updated in 48 hours. This is completely legitimate, but to Google's system, it might look like someone hijacked the profile and changed everything. And the suspension can happen within days. The rule is make significant changes one at a time, spaced out, never all at once. Okay, beyond those 6 most common patterns we've just analyzed, there are 4 additional patterns worth knowing. There is the duplicate listings pattern when there are multiple profiles for the same business. For instance, an old agency listing that has never been removed. There is the account contamination pattern when a former agency still has manager access and their violations affect your profile. If your admin Google profile has a violation, it may contaminate your Google business profile too. Then the review spike, if you have usually 2 reviews per month and suddenly 40 in 1 week, this could be flagged as unnatural for Google, and even if everything is legitimate, it could trigger suspension. And finally, you just have to know that some businesses are just ineligible for GBP. Businesses that are 100% online with no real-world interaction are just ineligible, and no appeal will fix this. Google evaluates those patterns in a specific priority sequence. Eligibility first, then address, then name, then documents, then behavioral signals. If you try to fix a name violation, but the real issue is an eligible address, you've wasted an appeal. So, diagnosis has to come before the fix, in the right order and every time. Okay, if your Google business profile has been suspended, don't guess at the fix. Click the link in the description and request your free reinstatement review. Within 24 hours, I'll personally review your suspension and tell you honestly whether I believe I can help. I don't accept every case. I only take the ones I genuinely believe I can help with. If I do, I'll handle your entire reinstatement from the compliance review to the appeal and every follow-up with Google until a decision is made. The link is in the description and pinned in the comment section, so you can get your free reinstatement review today. Okay, so before you leave this video, if your GBP is suspended, here is how to think about it. First, your suspension has a pattern and probably more than one. So if you find a pattern, you identify something that's wrong, it might not be the only pattern, because Google suspensions are often triggered by a combination of multiple patterns. So it's worth checking everything before you try to appeal. 2, start with eligibility and address, not name. And remember what we said with the diagnostic order. So just follow this sequence when you're identifying all the issue. Then fix everything before you appeal, not just the obvious issue. I think after watching this video, you have every key to find any issue that may have triggered the suspension of your GBP. Also, every document must match your profile exactly. So make sure that every document says the same thing, the same information as it's declared on your business profile. And finally, if you can't identify the pattern, don't try to guess. Don't guess, because it will just make you lose time. You will waste an appeal, and it's about your business in the end. So just find more information, take your time, or talk to an expert so you find the exact issue and fix it right and fast. And always remember that a wrong appeal makes the next one harder. So it's worth taking your time and checking everything. Okay, see you in the next one.